Hello everyone, this is Dr. Phil with the Doctor, carefully saying that, Dr. Phil show, because I don't want anyone to think I'm misrepresenting this show as anything else. I see we already have some folks in the chat, and you know what else we have? We have some guests in the building. That's right. We've got two of my favorite people here tonight. Make yourselves welcome, Farida and Sarah Jane, of both who you can see on Skinny Queen Reacts, and maybe they could tell you a little more about their other channels.
Hello, welcome. Welcome to Dr. Phil's.
You go first, Sarah Jane.
Oh, no, I'm good. Okay. I just said hello, welcome everybody. Okay. Good to see you tonight.
And Farida?
Yes, hi everyone. How are you doing? Thank you so much for having me on, Dr. Phil. You could see me on Farida at Pali Supernova, and hope to see you tomorrow for a live at 6 for a cooking show. Stay tuned. Go ahead.
Awesome, live. And you said that would be on Friday or tomorrow? Which day?
Yeah, I mean tomorrow. I'm sorry. Yes, tomorrow is or Friday. Yes, Friday.
Friday. Said okay.
I apologize. Yeah.
Tomorrow's Thursday. All right. Just want
mixing up my weeks. Thanks for that.
All right. Just wanted to make sure you got that correct. Okay. And I'm just modding you in my chat really quickly and make sure I get Skinny in here modded. Okay. So if we get any craziness going on, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Oh, we got Laura is okay. Let me also mod Laura. Jeez, I can't mod. You know what? I'm not going to mod everybody because everybody's going to be a mod. I got all the people who I would mod in here. I don't want to start modding everybody. We don't have that many people yet, but as we need more mods, we'll take away your privilege of just relaxing and enjoying the chat and force you to have to, pay attention and be the police and all that. But yes, let me welcome you individually. The chat is small enough I could do that today. Welcome, Laura is okay. Sarah M. Thompson, 2010. Great to have you both. Strike 79. Hello. Ozzy. Hello. Good to have you. Blondie. Pleasure you can make it. Glad you can come by tonight. Angelina Ballerina also. Glad to have you. All right. Hopefully I got everyone. If anyone else comes in, I want to wish you a welcome if you're watching on the replay. Tonight, we're going to be covering some really fun stuff. And so, Farida and Sarah Jane, before we get started, I just want to introduce tonight's topic so you can maybe just talk for a second about your history. I guess, why don't we go in reverse order this time? We'll ask Farida first. So do you have much history with Amberlynn? Because that's what I'm going to be covering tonight. I don't know much.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I wanted this to be an authentic first-time reaction for me to all this kind of stuff, but I just want to hear if you have some little background of yours you want to give.
Yeah, me and Amberlynn go way back. We used to go to school together. I used to tell her about her weight all the time. She didn't listen, and then look where we're at now. So I was minding my own business one day, and I mentioned this story before. There is a creator. He's not on a lot anymore. His name is Primink. He would just always cover random people. I like that because it was just random, interesting people on the internet. One day, a title of The Obese Manipulator came up, and I just thought, oh, I'm going to watch that too. So I watched it. It was fascinating. And I went to her channel, and the rest is history. And that's how I came here. And through her, I met Chantel. Thank you, ALR.
We got in the chat here, Laura saying she had the same experience where ALR brought her to Foodie. Who else? Well, there we go.
Yes, I know. Most people say that too. That's the crazy part.
Before I get to Sarah, I'm going to say that for me, what got me, I'm the opposite. Maybe because I'm a guy, I came in backward on this one. I'd always been aware, just minimally, of Foodie. Just I knew who she was. I knew that she was, this eccentric internet person. It's a good way to put it. But I didn't really know much detail. And then I saw a video about Pete's called I want to say it was titled "The Most Pathetic Man in the World" or something like that. Most pathetic man on the internet. And I watched that video and I was like, wow, who is this Chantel person? He's, or who's his girlfriend? Something like that. Who the heck is this guy, is the woman in this guy's life? Because they showed her a little bit in the video, or you mentioned her a little bit in the video, and then I learned about Chantal, and then that was right around the time she'd started wearing the abaya. So I was like, who the heck is this lady wearing the abaya and the hijab now that I just saw in all these videos acting like a complete nut? And I just, that just totally got me into it. That's what the contrast of seeing her in the hijab right after like seeing her tormenting Pete's was like, what the hell? What the heck? That's how I got it here. And now I'm watching Amberlynn Reid. Okay, sorry. Sarah Jade, let's give you a chance.
Okay. Well, I found her years back, and I was actually, as always, trying to lose weight, struggling. It's still a struggle, but it was basically having things in common as far as weight loss and relating to a bigger girl. So that's how I found her. And I found her right before she met Destiny, during the Destiny era.
Okay, very interesting, because I don't really know anything about her past relationships. Oh, and now that we have some folks in the chat, sometimes you got to be careful when you ask this. How does the audio balance sound? Does everyone sound pretty even? Does anyone sound a little too quiet? A lot too quiet? If it's just a little bit, we're gonna leave it. But if anyone sounds a lot too quiet, let me know, and I could boost them up. Okay, so I found this documentary, I guess we'll call it. In fact, that's what it is called here. My 600-Pound Lie, the Amberlynn Reid history documentary, a re-upload after a fixed copyright issue. And I didn't really need to read that part, I guess. But yeah, it's called My 600-Pound Lie, the Amberlynn Reid history documentary, the Amberlynn Reid conspiracy. Procrastinatara here. It's got 1.4 million views from 3 years ago. Apparently, the one thing I will say is there's a bit of bad language in here, but I'm sure you can handle it. Folks are all adults. But if any of you are kids, turn off now. I'm sure we have all these little kids watching. Oh, and just to give a little bit of background, I guess most of you already probably know me from my guest appearances on Skinny Queen Reacts with these wonderful ladies. But some of my own content is going to be focused in more on nutrition and health. And I plan to do a series of interviews and discussions with people about that, a little more heady topics. And my first one's going to be next week at this time with Laura Is Okay, from Laura in the chat here. She and I have been working on that for some time. We've had a few delays, but next week. Thank you very much. I'm excited. I hope Laura's is excited as well. And this week,
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be really good.
I'd love to keep doing those. I don't know what the schedule of how often they're going to come out is, but that's the content I want to do a lot of as well. I think that I can really help people a lot, give them some real information. If anyone is not familiar, I've lost about 100 pounds myself over the last.
That's amazing. Good for you.
It's been a long time now. I want to say it's been like over a year and a half, almost well over a year and a half since I started. Now I'm just kind of keeping it off. And I haven't always been like super heavy. Like my weight's fluctuated throughout my life. I'm actually going to do an episode on myself, talk a little bit about my history of weight and everything, but I don't want to do mine as my own first one. I think that's a little too egotistical. I want to have some guests on, and then eventually I'll do one where I'll kind of have somebody come on and interview me or something.
That's amazing, though. 100 pounds is really an accomplishment.
Thank you very much. It was about 30-something% of my body weight, because I was up to 280, and now I'm down to 180. So
yeah, and people will definitely be interested, to know how you did it. As much as how you're saying you're interviewing other people, since you're the star of the show, of course. So people would love to also know how you did that.
I would love to share it. Maybe I'm holding out on it. That's the thing. I'm kind of forcing people to wait and subscribe. I was gonna make them wait for the face reveal, but then you know what? I just decided, why not? I already put it on the Instagram. Might as well just put it into here. One of these days I'll do a video or something, but I don't really have good lighting. I don't even have a webcam. So, But yeah, that's my thing. I don't want to, talk too much though about me. I think in the interviews with others, I'll get a chance to talk a little bit about myself, and then eventually I'll do kind of like an ask me some question kind of thing. And who knows? We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. But yeah, my first guest on that is Laura. She's lost a heck of a lot of weight herself, probably more by percentage of body weight, if you want to look at it that way. So I mean, and not that the numbers matter so much. That's why I've never even mentioned them up to now. I think that everybody's very personal. Somebody, losing just 10, 20 pounds could be a big deal. Somebody else, they might lose 400 pounds, and for them, it's just part of their journey, so it's, I like to look at it more as a percentage of your goal, that kind of thing. I think that's a good way to look at it. Kind of just give everybody a common point of reference to say, oh, I've gained, 20%, my weight's gone up by 20%, or my body fat's down by 10% or something. Oh, we got some comments in here, by the way. I don't want to neglect people. Let's go through them here. Audio sounds great to me, says Laura. Hopefully you didn't miss too many. Angelina says she's learning to cook better. Well, then she needs to check out Farida's channel. And I'm sorry, I've been doing all the talking, ladies. I know that Sarah
Foodie
Jane
followed us over here. She must have read the community post.
Foodie's followed us
Foodie
over.
Beauty.
We're not doing a reaction to you, Foodie, on this channel, unless you keep coming in here and you really want us to. If you keep coming in here, we will do
I
one.
think she means because we're reacting to Amberlynn. Mm-hmm.
The reaction to Amberlynn, though, is going to be very different. It's not going to be anything personal. It's really going to be more just looking at her weight loss journey and reacting to that. We're trying to do more of a helpful, directly helpful type of reaction. Although I think the reactions to Chantel are helpful because we all have a Chantel in our lives, right? I mean, whether we want one or not, we probably mostly don't. But again, Chantal, I'm not looking to fight with you tonight. Let's let's just relax. Why don't you watch the content and then make up your mind? If you really hate it, let me know in the chat, which I'm sure you will. Okay.
You want to know who had fillings, Foodie Beauty? Your cat that you didn't take to the vet. That's who had fillings.
Hey, instead of before you dock somebody, you moron, why don't you think about who you're dock? It's not even me. Obviously, it's not me because I already found the person. Why don't you think twice before you put somebody's first and last name? You came before on Skinny Queen React, acting all nice, acting all holier than thou, and then you turn around and you become vile again. So nobody trusts you. So why even do Ramadan? Nobody trusts you. You talk about reactions, this, that.
Oh.
Sorry, I think I had my microphone or something.
I was trying to adjust something because you sounded a little weird, and then it kicked out.
Oh yeah, sorry. Was it better? Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. I was trying to adjust it a little bit because it was a little funky. Now it sounds really good. Thank you. Please keep going.
Foodie Beauty, you shut your mouth. Don't be telling Sarah Jane to shut her mouth, okay? She's a better person than you'll ever be, first off, okay? Get the heck out of here. If you're going to be nasty, then get out of here. But don't be doxing people because your karma is going to come. Pretty soon, you're not going to have a husband. You're not going to have a house. You already don't have a house. You're not going to have a husband. You're not going to have a channel, that's for sure. You're going to be homeless back at your mom's house crying to everyone to beg them to give you money. So leave. Sorry, I'm just heated. I'm heated because this woman. I apologize.
I'm sorry. I didn't even expect. I didn't even think she'd come in here. Honestly,
I never thought this little.
I totally get you, ladies. Thank you for standing up, and getting in the way here. I really was just wanted to focus in on just have a relaxed evening. I'm just going to ignore Foodie if she wants to go off tonight. If she's that bored, she has nothing else to do.
She's bored because the husband, there's nothing. The husband, there is no husband. He's not there. She's bored, so she wants to come in and attack people. That's the problem with her. But I know I'm more angry for the woman, for the Farida with her last name, the other lady.
Oh.
That's, the one that she posted.
Yeah, she doxed somebody.
Do you think I'm stupid as you, where I'm going to put my first and last name? And do you really think I'm going to reach out to you to help you? You really think that I'm going to take time out of my busy day to go message you and tell you, oh, this guy, I don't know, all that stuff, whatever it is that lady was telling you. But you have no right to go on there and put somebody's first and last name and dox them.
I have to
Would
agree with
Foodie
that.
say she's wearing diapers now because her husband doesn't want
Of
him
course.
to start on the couch,
I
huh?
forgot.
What?
Guys, I forgot. My husband's not stuck to me. That's why. Oh my God, guys, my husband's not stuck to me, so I'm a loser. Stop
It's called having an
projection.
identity, Foodie Beauty.
All right. I think we
Girl,
got the point.
Foodie, before you have some, come with a better comeback. Come with a better comeback. Go beg him to sleep with you. Why don't you go double the pay? Why don't you go on OnlyFans?
Oh,
Okay?
jeez. All right.
I'm done for.
I
That's it.
can
Marina,
tell
I'm
that
telling you,
your
I'm gonna hold you
husband's a
back.
fan of me, by the way, Foodie, because
Sorry, Dr. Phil, I apologize.
he does great impersonations, by the way.
All right,
Love that for you.
It's perfectly fine, ladies. I'm just gonna hold
Sorry,
you back a little bit.
Sorry, Dr. Phil, sorry.
It's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
Wait,
I
hey,
did get
Foodie,
petty.
thank you,
I
though.
mean,
Thank you
Dr.
for,
Phil, I
bringing
had
it to-
no idea she was coming in here. So.
I didn't either. If I had known, I would have, I would have prepared to set up a reaction just for Foodie. But that's not what I wanted to do. But if she keeps coming in here, like I said, she'll be, eventually I'll be forced to. But we'll see.
Dr. Phil, can you give me a minute? I'm just gonna go get my husband because I can't do anything without him. So he needs to come. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get my husband.
You need him to hold your hand. I understand. All right, I'm
She's
not even gonna
insufferable.
highlight all these comments here. I mean, I think a lot of these comments are accurate, but I don't want to dwell on this this negative stuff right now.
Yeah,
I wanted
we'll
to see
move
more
on.
of a positive one. So please, folks, don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm just moving past these comments here. I really
okay.
don't want to, Foodie, please, just please back off. I'm asking everybody here to please, let's just let it go. We had our chance to vent a little bit, and
Yeah, I
Lord
feel better now.
knows
Sorry, I feel better.
we certainly deserve it. But let's just focus in a little more on a lighthearted. Well, as lighthearted as this documentary is, this documentary gets a little bit. Well, we'll see.
The ending of my starting weights, because I will never weigh more than that. I can promise you guys that.
Delusion. Convince yourself.
Is that coming in too loud for anybody? Is that coming in a little too loud, or is that good? Because I can.
It's fine.
Oh yeah.
All right, Foodie. Fair enough. Let's get on with the show. There we go. Let's stop arguing. Let's just get on with the show. As long as I'm assuming that's not too loud. Let's keep it going then. There you go. Let's all enjoy it. Let's all be in agreement on that at least. Okay. Gonna put the show back on, and we're gonna see here, and hopefully we can all learn something.
You are Chernobyl, dog.
Atomic penetration, rapid fire through your skull. Shot it on when taking it back to the days of trying to lose control. Carving in a blaze of fire, raging through my bones. Oh shit, I'm feeling it.
Oh, and let me also just say, this channel is called Procrastinatara one more time for anybody who just came in. I'm not making any endorsement of this channel. This is my first time watching this. I only watched just a little bit, so if it goes off the rails, my apologies. And the reason why I didn't watch more in advance is I wanted my first time reaction to be authentic. And by the way, Skinny or Farida, if you want to chime in with something, please do. I'll pause the video.
Welcome back to Wish for Death Island, population me, and our island's movie theater just opened. I'm very proud of this, so much so that I made you a feature myself. You'll laugh, you'll rage, probably be sick, and eat orange chicken in embarrassing amounts. But me? I did all those things except the chicken one along the way for you. But I'll stop my rambling, so let's begin. Welcome to Amberland. Those of you who have been around the channel for a while will be like, but Tara, you talked about these before. Well, yeah, I did. Before I hadn't realized the rabbit hole that I had fallen into. Over the past couple months, I found the hater community, become one, discovered much more in the realm of my Sherlock Holmes detective work that I will show you soon, and you can think of this as a documentary of sorts, one that shouldn't have been made. Amberlynn's origin story starts in 2013 with the start of her channel, which had the original name of Life with Amberlynn. Her first video was published on the 17th of November, and it was called Nervous plus Awkward plus Weight Loss Vlog. So she clearly says this is a weight loss channel, and it's a venture into weight loss, and I want you to remember that, as well as I want her to remember that because she forgets from time to time.
Question I'm also getting, am I still on Weight Watchers? Why haven't you done a weigh-in video and this and that? So I'm going to update you guys on everything regarding what's been going on with my whole lifestyle change. I do want to say something first. This channel is not a weight loss channel. Hi, my name is Amberlynn and I wanted to start a YouTube channel for weight loss.
So a couple things of note here. You can see her snake bites and her eyebrows. I know that.
Okay, first question I have for you ladies. Do you think the snake bite piercings help or they hurt Amber as far as her overall look? Also the nose ring. Do you think that, especially in combination, do you think it helps or hurts?
I don't think it makes a difference, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's fair.
Yeah, I don't. I think whatever she wants. I don't think it hurts her.
I think the nose ring actually kind of works for her, but I'm not feeling the lip ones. But that just could be me. I'm not really into piercings in general, but I think the nose ring does kind of actually work for her. So hey, just keeping it honest on that. But we're gonna be delving into less superficial things in a minute. We're gonna be talking about her constant efforts, failed efforts at weight loss, and maybe some of the things she does wrong, some of the things she does right. Ozzy says she was very pretty here. She certainly was much prettier, I think, in the other picture specifically.
I do agree. I also agree with that. She was prettier.
Yeah, she was.
And it's not about shaming. It's just because, obviously, when you gain that amount of weight, things get bigger. I mean, her face swelling, and that's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in Amber's case, she kind of puts on weight pretty evenly throughout her whole body. She doesn't really, give or take, but
I still think Amber's pretty, though. I do. I think she's pretty.
I
she has
agree.
a lot to work on internally, but she's still pretty.
she's not ugly. I'll say that.
No.
She looks very youthful. I'll give her that too. Maybe it's just also because she's overweight, but she looks very youthful in the face at least.
Yeah. When she does her makeup, it looks really good. Like when she does her eyes, she actually does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think she, we'll go credit where it's due, because we're going to be tearing, I don't want to say tearing in, we're going to be going a little bit harder as it goes on, but let's at least.
I know, I'm like, why do you think we're trying to be nice here? Like in the beginning.
We're starting off with the nice stuff.
I love the piercings, and her eyes are amazing.
Yeah, right. We're being very friendly first, but we're allowed to talk. We've all struggled with weight at one point. Farida not so much, but she works on maintaining her shape though. She's not, she puts in the effort.
That's petty, but really. She looks notably smaller, and she also brings up a thing to later be known as the famous 89 pounds. This is something that she uses a lot nowadays as an excuse to make it sound like she knows what she's doing, but in this video, however, she genuinely seems to use it for some productive motivation, and that is something that I can very much get behind. This is followed by the weigh-in, day 2 out of 365 on January 2nd, 2014. In terms of weight loss, I guess, this could be her first highly requested weigh-in on her channel, I think. She was somewhere around 300, I think. As well, on April 5th of 2015, we get to know I'm 24 and over 400 pounds, so I guess the 300 thing is a bit past now. Well, that's unfortunate. Something else that I want to point out is that despite some of the weight gains that she has in this early stage, there's clearly an effort to exercise and make up for it, and she genuinely seems upset at the smallest gain. There's a sort of attitude of, I will not get heavier, rather than the attitude that she has recently, which is, well, if I get bigger weight, I'll let you know. And it's sad. I'm going to refer to the past Amber as OG Lynn and present Hamatia Amberlynn as ALR to save us both the trouble.
Once I truly lose 100 pounds, of course I'll celebrate it, but as of right now, I am starting completely fresh with a whole new starting weight for this journey. This will be weigh-in 1, completely fresh. I'm honestly devastated. I'm just gonna move on, accept it, let it kick me in the butt so it'll motivate me. I'm gonna become dedicated. I'm gonna become determined, inspired. I'm going to prove everybody wrong and myself. For February 9th, 2015, my starting weight is 3. It's like it's just a little...
Okay, I think that's a good place to pause for a second here. 388.8. How tall is Amber approximately?
Is it 5'9", I believe, right?
Well,
I thought she was tall, yeah, like 5'9". Maybe
I'm not sure. No, I thought she was like 5'6".
okay, well then, we'll okay, well maybe somebody else will look into that. But either way, 388 is still pretty heavy. Either way, but you know what? She's motivated. She's still, she still has her mobility there. She looks like somebody who's, who could get right back on right track. All right, 5'3". Okay, so she's a little bit short. Not quite as short as Foodie, but still, 388 is still pretty heavy, especially for 5'3". But the good thing is that she's appears to be motivated, like they said. She appears to be focused in on it, and she's saying all the right things. I like what she has to say here, just from the outside looking in. So what am I missing here, ladies? Sarah Jane, I know you've watched Amber a little more than I have, certainly. Is this already after? This is 2014, they said. Is she really just starting out her weight loss journey on, as far as we know, or is she already struggled? Where is she at this point?
I didn't watch her from the very start, so I'm not exactly sure, Dr. Phil. I mean, I came in at the Destiny era, which was after Crystal.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But like I said, she looks pretty dedicated here. Let's keep it going. Let's see if she's able to keep it going or not.
Oh, that's cute. Oh my God, you've hit your 5-pound milestone. We're celebrating you and your amazing achievement from the Weight Watcher family. Well, it's actually not Weight Watchers anymore. It's called WW, which actually stands for Wellness Wins. And this must have taken a long time to get here because I've been down those 5 pounds for a little bit of time now. Oh my God, it's like a little keychain. I'm literally crying. Like, look how...
Are you? Are you literally crying?
So we will cut to our first Eat With Me. I'm not calling it a mukbang just yet, because it's more of a backseat to her vlog. I think that the mukbangs, in my opinion, are when the food is something that is forefront and she takes a backseat to the food. Whereas in this one, she's clearly trying to push herself to the front. However, with someone with her ego, it's kind of funny to see her push the food to the forefront when she's the one who always wants to be on camera, but I'm just getting petty. In this one, on the 25th of February 2016, we can see Amber being very sensitive to Destiny's lighthearted joke.
Okay, apparently this is right around the Destiny period here, so hopefully this isn't too far from where Sarah Jane's involved. And I think, the program that she's using, the wellness, what you call it, Wellness Works or something. I'm actually a little familiar with Weight Watchers. I'm old enough to know Weight Watchers back in the day. Yes, that is the real foodie in the chat. See, we got a question. Yes, that is the real foodie. She came in here looking for a little bit of trouble, I think, but I asked her to please settle down, everybody to please kind of have a ceasefire. But, I don't think that's possible, but we're trying. Just want to watch the content here. I'm going to try to learn about Amber here and really pick apart what she's struggled with the most.
Yeah, it's the real foodie, you guys. It's the real foodie. Mm-hmm.
She's welcome to watch the show. Okay, so we're gonna get back.
Dr. Phil, you gotta give me credit. I have said nothing in the past 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I've been really good.
Sarah and Farida have been biting their tongues. I'm sitting here, just my feet like holding onto the toes, holding onto the carpet, hoping that nothing goes crazy in the chat. But yeah, Amber, I just wanted to say though really quickly about that comment though, how she stays heavy for the money and everything. It could be possible. It could be possible.
Well, she made, if you don't mind me, I just want to say something about that. She's actually at one point kind of said that, and it wasn't even that long ago, where it's either like, and she admitted she was doing those, those shots of her body, because of, she knew it was getting more views and whatnot, and if she lost weight, she's going to lose her money. People are not going to be interested. She's actually said that, and I remember getting mad, like, come on, well then go find another job, because it's your health, and you won't be here if you stay that way. It's not going to matter anyway. You're not going to be here, because what you're doing is obviously detrimental to your health.
Do you think, and either you ladies can answer this, do you think that Amber is on that, basically that same on that same topic, do you think that when she gains more weight, it helps her channel, as opposed to if she had stayed at 388? Do you think that now she's well over 400? I think she's 500 or something. Do you think that that's helped her or that's hurt her? I mean, not obviously it's hurt her health, but do you think that's helped her her reviews? Anybody in the chat have any idea on that?
Last time I watched, she was 520, because I don't watch her all the time. This was I don't know, maybe last month. So I think that her staying big helps the channel. I don't know about the weight gain, but I feel like if she did lose and get in shape, of course she would have a lot of viewership at first, but the maintenance afterwards wouldn't bring in as many people. So I think it would be successful for a weight journey. People do want to see her get better, but then it becomes boring, right? Because she's normal again, right?
I think, though, that Amberlynn, I think that's a bit of a, in her case, I mean, I could be wrong. I think that she's almost putting the cart before the horse. I've heard her say something about how she fears loose skin and losing too much weight. Does she realize how much weight she would have to lose for that to be a problem? Like, she could easily lose, 80 pounds, 100 pounds, and her skin would not, it would be a little less tight maybe, but it would not be loose at all. It would still fit her body quite well. So I think that she's not being realistic in that sense. And I think the same thing with the weight loss. It's hard to lose weight. If she lost 80 pounds, she'd just gain it back anyway, probably, So I don't think she's like at any risk of losing all of the weight and becoming normal. I think she's almost, and I could see that, like, her disordered thinking maybe causes her to think that. And I'm not diagnosing anybody, but, and yes, the loose skin, if she lost a lot of weight, it would definitely be an issue. But I think that she could certainly lose a pretty good amount before that became
And I think
anything.
The thing is with her, yes, we're here. I think it's a lot of things why she gets also views. When she got the views, there was a lot of drama. She does, there was this time, like, for instance, Shrimpgate, or, when she was lying and admitted her lies. And so I think a lot of that also brought the views. It wasn't just, I don't think people are going to leave just, but it's true. Like Sarah said, people do start getting, bored after a while, because I think, didn't you mention there was somebody, Sarah, a channel? I feel like somebody mentioned this. I thought it was Sarah, about a channel that they lost weight, and like they didn't get as many views anymore, or it was something like that. I don't know why I recall hearing about that, but she also, I think it's the drama too.
Wait, is that the real Foodie Beauty, Dr. Phil? Did you check?
I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't double checked, but
click on her channel real quick and just see, because it might not be her. They're saying.
Well, all right. Let me see how I click it here. Go to channel.
Yeah,
no, it's not even the real Foodie Beauty. Oh my God, it's not even her. Jesus. All right, we're blocking her.
See, we argued with a fake.
We do wasted all this time, but see, we know we did.
Oh my God! This whole time, because I thought somebody checked already. I was just assuming.
So did I. I thought Dr. Phil checked because you said it was her.
Whoever she
I'm
is,
like, you little. Oh, and she knew what to say. About the husband thing.
She was perfect. Whoever she is, she is a
Bravo.
perfect.
A round of applause for
that is a magnificent impersonation. If there's money to be made impersonating Foodie, then she can go make it. because
Yeah.
that
Thank
was
you,
it.
Kristen. Kristen,
Bravo,
check.
bravo, you fake foodie. You
Thank
made
you.
more.
Who discovered that? I gotta say thank you for who discovered that. But whoever figured that out, you are more observant than I am. All right, Kristen, here. Let me give Kristen the highlight that comment.
Yeah, because I couldn't check anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
Exactly, Laura. Well played, troll. Well played.
You know what? That troll was just too good. Respect to the troll, whoever
Yeah.
they were. They did a good job.
Round of applause. That's from me. Round of applause.
It's probably the real foodie trolling under a different account. That's
That, seriously.
Hi, Stacy.
Well, the real foodie, please stand up or do something.
Well, she's darn good at it. All right, all right, Blondie. You know what? If we do need mods actually. There are like because the mods we have are on the panel, so they can't really mod too much. So you know what? We will mod like one more person here. We'll mod you, Blondie. All right. Okay, Blondie. Hopefully you can keep it in check. And I guess if any, I don't want to have too many mods right now. My first show. Hopefully we'll be okay, but we'll talk about doing some more another day. But let's get back to Amber. We got totally sidetracked, but now we can finally get back. I feel bad for Strike 79 who's like, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to deal with Foodie. I totally understood them, but it wasn't even the real Foodie. The person drove her off. All right. Let's.
Destiny is the girl who's holding the camera.
Amberlynn in her natural habitat.
What?
Denny's.
Was that a fat joke?
No.
It's like OG Lynn is the hero in the first part of our movie trilogy who's learning to use her powers, and when she finally faces off against the big villain in the climax of the first act, ALR looks down on her broken form and says, "We're not so different, you and I. You could join me." And then OG Lynn gives up to the dark side and ends our story on a dark note. And, okay, the really sad part is in this video they're actually not eating that much comparatively. Ugh. On March 11, 2016, in our weight loss vlog, she now says that she is 461 pounds, and she says that she now weighs more than the scale would handle, so she needed to buy a new one that is much more heavy duty. Incidentally, this weight gain started and will continue around the time she started filming herself eating. I have no idea how that's connected, but it's kind of an interesting thing, isn't it? It's probably nothing. But then we get a massive string of mukbangs, each one with more food than before, and one on almost every type of food she loves. Who am I kidding? She loves all types of food. Spicy, highly requested mukbang on May 6, 2016. Bigger portioned Chinese food on June 5th of the same year. Then we get ramen on the 22nd of June. The McDonald's infamous mukbang.
Okay, by the way, folks, I gotta say this, and I'm not big on trigger warnings or anything like that, but I feel like I should have gave myself one. Okay, because seeing that Chinese food for whatever reason looked so good to me. Looked just so darn good. But all right, whatever. The McDonald's though certainly does not. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff to eat regularly. You know that these foods are McDonald's, Chinese food. Chinese food in particular is one of the most unhealthy, unless you get like very fresh, good quality Chinese food. It's known for being very greasy and sugary. Do you ladies, have you watched any of her mukbangs? Are you familiar with many of these?
Yes, I used to watch her mukbangs. I mean, I think how did I first heard of mukbangs. Actually, yeah, Amberlynn's the first one I heard of mukbangs from.
Really? Okay. See, I've never actually, I only heard of mukbangs, I don't really know when I heard of them, maybe only like a year or two ago, but I never really watched them much. It was always more of just something I heard of. I was never into it, you know. I just was, I guess because by the time I heard about them, I was already trying to get the weight off. So I was already just trying to no, I don't want to see anything, you know, about fast food or any of that stuff. It just, I don't really enjoy it, you know.
People watch for several different reasons. Some people watch because it helps them not eat. Some people watch because they need to eat. They're underweight. I've heard so many different reasons why people watch mukbangs. It's not just, some people think it's only for food fetish, but it's not. There's multiple reasons why people watch.
I could see that. I mean, I think that the food fetish stuff is definitely a real chunk of it. And one of the other ones, so I don't really talk about much, but who I've learned of recently is called Hungry Fat Chick. She has really got, she is really in trouble. She is just, the way she eats is crazy. But I don't want to steal the shine from Amber tonight. But yeah, these kind of mukbang things, I wonder sometimes, what came first for some people, the mukbang or the disordered eating? And in Amber's case, I feel like the mukbang just kind of made it worse. Like she was already eating probably not too much better than this to start.
Well, yeah, I mean, Amber's had a lifelong battle with weight, I believe, so definitely the disorder came before the mukbang, but in her case, the mukbang doesn't help.
Okay, let's watch a little bit more. Oops, let me get the...
With the face that she makes on July 10th. Pepperoni pizza, but I don't like pizza, but I don't like pepperoni, but I had to film a food video, so I forced myself to eat, but I'm also doing weight loss and I have an eating disorder. July 15th.
Eating 3 pretty big slices of pizza. Pepperoni. I'm not really a pepperoni girl, but...
See, now, I'll just say something here. As somebody who's had some successful weight loss, one of the things I'll point out is I don't really like pepperoni. So you know what I do? I don't eat it. I don't eat pepperoni. And like, it's just, if I want to eat, like I just won't eat it, because if I don't really like it, it doesn't make me feel good. It's just not worth getting heavy or staying heavy to eat something I don't even like that much.
Yeah, that's a good, very good philosophy. And most people don't eat what they don't like, right?
Some people do, though. Some people do. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely strange.
But does she really not like it, though, or is she just saying that?
Hey, I'm sorry. I just went to the restroom. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. So
oh, no, that's fine.
I don't know if you asked me anything. I was just at the restroom.
Oh, well, I'll just throw out the same question to you here. One thing that I guess maybe I struggled with is sometimes, if there's like some snacks sitting out, I would just grab one. I wouldn't even think about what it was. And unless it was something I really hated, I would probably grab it and take a bite, even if I wasn't hungry, if it was just sitting out. And Amber here is talking about how she doesn't even like pepperoni pizza, but she's chowing down on it. And it's not just, like she took a bite, but she's eaten three big slices of it. And one thing that, helped a lot, and I guess maybe some people, if they have that issue, is just if you don't like it, don't eat it. Don't say, oh, well, I got to eat. Just don't eat it if you don't like it. If you don't like it, it's not worth getting heavy or staying heavy for something you don't like.
I think it comes down to, Rally Point is right. It's about food addiction with Amber. So doesn't matter what it is,
but I think
it's an addiction.
Trolling. I think this time she was actually trolling. If I'm not mistaken, and I may be wrong. Okay, the cereal, she mentioned certain things she was supposedly trolling. That one scene, I'm not sure if you guys just, when I left, that came on, but the one where the cereal and the big bowl, that's all that's the only bowl in the house that was clean. She's like, oh, that was trolling. And I thought also even the pizza thing with like 3 slices, I thought that was trolling. Like the stair one where she couldn't go down the stairs. So just in that regard, I'm saying sometimes she does that kind of stuff just to get, reaction out of people.
It brings views. That's why.
Yeah. But yeah, so if I wanted to lose, like if I'm on a journey, I want to lose weight. I cannot have, it's hard. In the beginning, I always say, at least in the beginning, I cannot have all this stuff in front of me, because especially if you're trying to do something and you're being healthy, and around you, your family's eating chocolate, this and that, and candy, it's really hard. So you have to not have it. And with her, she was talking about the binging. I remember going on the website. It's like a medical something website for the binge disorder. I'm not sure honestly what it's called. And it said one of the things that you should not do is do not keep anything in the house that's unhealthy, because obviously that triggers your binging.
Yes.
So that's just kind of what I think.
That is such great advice, Frida. I maybe, I'm going to say that again for anybody. Do not keep things in your house that trigger you, that make you want to eat. It could be anything. It doesn't matter, here, like it could be even Weight Watchers foods. Some people don't realize that. They think that, oh, Weight Watchers food or a healthy choice meal, that's healthy. So if I eat 2 of those, that's somehow healthier than eating just, one hamburger that I made that you make for yourself. No, don't fall into that. But that's separate from what Farida was saying.
She does binge on everything. Amber doesn't have. Some people don't. Some people who are bingers, it doesn't matter what you have in your house, you'll binge. But that being said, it'd probably be a better idea to binge on. It's not a good idea, but what I mean is fresh fruits, vegetables, meat.
I've had moments, trust me. Okay, so I was like trying to lose weight and all that, and I remember like, oh, I want to eat something. I want a piece of cake, or but I'm opening. I'm like, dang you, Farida, why did you not put anything good in here? And I'm looking in the cupboard because I made my family suffer with me. Like, if I'm gonna be healthy, you're gonna be healthy. But I mean, kidding aside, I would just, at least I had more, okay, hummus, more like crunchy things to more texture. I think like if you also, that helps a lot, different types of foods that are not bland and boring, and so you could feel like a little salty from walnuts, a little bit of like crunch from this, from just so you don't feel like you're eating bad food or boring food, excuse me.
I think that's a great point, Farida.
And Laura, I agree with Laura 100%. I definitely tell my people around me that we're gonna eat, so people could support you.
I love that. That's so critical, and I know that makes a huge difference. In my weight loss journey, thankfully I had people around me who were also trying to be healthier. They weren't constantly keeping lots of unhealthy snacks and sweets sitting around. That would have made it much harder, especially because the way I lost the weight was very slow and steady. I was just losing like 1.5 pounds a week. So it's very easy to derail a slow and steady weight loss with just a little bit of food. Whereas if you're doing if you're doing a lot of, you should do a slow and steady weight loss, but it just goes to show how a little bit every day can add up. Like just having a little bit of soda pop every day will derail that 1 pound a week weight loss, and now it won't happen. And over the course of a year, that's 50 pounds. It really adds up.
Even you could even substitute certain things for, just like little changes where they do in the long run make like a bigger, deal. And I'm trying to think of, for instance, if you're really bent on having brownies, there's recipes out there with sweet potato, with prunes, with dates, with whatever, or, just like little things that you could switch out that kind of, even olive oil, we think it's so healthy. It is, olive oil is healthy, but you have to kind of be careful how much you're using, but you have to be take it slow in the beginning. Don't overwhelm yourself. I always say, what I learned is if I made a mistake today, because I used to do this all the time. Oh my God, well, I ate bad now. I'm gonna start next week because it's not Monday. It's already Friday. I'm gonna start. No, it's okay. Tomorrow's another day. I'll just start tomorrow.
No, I think that's that's great. I mean, it's also like you just said earlier about having people that support you. If you have people who say they want to, they bring home, fast food all the time. They're always having a lot of ice cream sitting around. It makes it so much harder. Just this little, small differences, they add up. And if you have people around you, if you eat just, a few cookies a day, that can derail your weight loss. So little things can really derail your weight loss, but little things can put it on track too. Like just cutting out soda pop, just, not having butter on your bread or just whatever it is that is easy for you to cut out. You do that and it makes a difference. Like not putting mayonnaise on your sandwich, just having it with, just dry. I mean, if you don't mind, that's an easy way to do it. I don't even like mayonnaise, so I like to have it that way all the time. All right, so let's get back to Amber here. One last thing I wanted to also mention. She earlier talked about the Weight Watchers program. Now it's called Wellness Works, apparently. The Weight Watchers program, from what I remember, was not a bad program. It's fundamentally calorie counting, but they use points to represent grams of I want to say protein and grams of carbs and things, and which is basically a form of calorie counting. And it works.
But she would confuse me. I'm sorry. I just want to say a quick thing. She would talk about it, and I never did it. I didn't understand it. And she would say, "Well, that's 0 points," and it was something like, "Oh, potatoes." And I'm like, "Wait, so I can eat if I'm on this diet? I can eat as much potatoes as I want? Something doesn't make sense."
Yeah, that's the problem with the Weight Watchers program is that if somebody wants to cheat, it's very easy for them to do it because they can just convince themselves that they could find some food that kind of cheats the system, that like kind of comes in like under a certain amount so it doesn't qualify for a full point, I guess. And they're like, oh well, if this is only 40 calories and it's only a fraction of a point, I can have as many of these as I want. Like they find like ways to cheat the diet, and it just, if you want to cheat, you're going to find a way to cheat. You can't force yourself to be on a diet and then cheat the diet. You're better off just saying, you know what, I'm going to have a treat and eat what I want today, and I'm going to go off my diet today and I'll go back on it tomorrow, instead of lying to yourself and saying, oh, well, this is really okay. This doesn't count. This doesn't have calories, or, that kind of lying to oneself is the worst. It's the worst. Oh, and yes, Laura, thank you very much. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you're watching the replay, be sure to click that like and that subscribe button as well. Thank you very much for everyone. All right, so let's put this back on. Oh, and I guess one last little comment we'll point out here. Rally mentions, how many times has Amber been to the hospital for emergency care because of her weight? That's an issue, especially once you start getting a little bit older. When your weight gets over a certain point, it becomes serious for your health. It's not just a matter of looks or even just fitness. It becomes absolute, life or death after a certain point. So, you have to be honest with yourself if you're nearing that point. You have to, please take care of yourself. I mean, preferably long before you get to that point, but, better late than never. Okay, let's get back to the show here.
Oh, well. So, I don't know if I've told you guys yet or not, but I'm on a pill to help me, like, curb my appetite or whatever. And it's kind of helping. It's to the point where I kind of have to, like, force myself to eat right now. I really don't want to eat. Like, I don't. But I haven't eaten today at all.
Yeah, this is trolling.
And
come on.
That's not good.
I really don't want to eat.
Cereal bowl that is so fucking large in proportion that it's in a damn casserole dish. She said she found this after all the other dishes were in the sink and clearly.
Say again, Farida?
I'm sorry. No, this part she said herself. The pizza, I don't know. Like, I don't remember 100%. This part she actually said. She admitted she was trolling about this.
Okay. Because this video is 3 years old, so it makes sense that some things have come out since then. I mean, I have to believe that's trolling. I don't see how that could not be trolling. I mean, that is just, I don't want to eat this pizza, guys, gals, girls, whatever she says. But I got it, I don't even like pepperoni. Yeah, that's why she couldn't even pull the pepperoni off.
Well, even like the cereal bowl, we just knew it was trolling because of how much she put the whole, you know how much she added cereal, like the whole thing. She couldn't find any other bowl but that.
Let's see how much cereal.
If you had a weight loss journey, you don't need to make an effort for smaller dishes or anything on July 26th and some sushi on November 1st.
A good old cereal mukbang. This is the only bowl that's clean. Be eating Captain Crunch. Is the Captain Crunch's berry kind?
She also gets like the 40-pound pet food size bag too. Like you're feeding one of those Great Danes. You got to get the giant bag of feed.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm doing mukbangs wrong. I don't even know anymore. I just do it because why not? There are people who enjoy these videos. I, for one, enjoy these videos.
In an alternate reality, I could see her doing that and then having like her 4, like unkempt children all eating out of that same bowl. In an alternate reality where she wasn't a lesbian, Or maybe I guess she could have kids if she, well, you know what I mean. If she ended up getting pregnant, that I could see her having to do that.
She did what?
If Amber had kids, I could see her making a giant bowl of cereal like that and just having all 4 kids eat out of it.
Oh. Right.
She'll be fighting them for that, actually.
She'd make one for herself and one for the 4 kids, and they would all eat out of one while she eats out of the other.
finally after that we have another weigh-in on December 29th, and she says that she lost some weight, but she also weighs 467 pounds now, so she clearly weighs more than before. So how much did she gain from all of that food to only lose like 2 pounds or something? I don't... And she already started lying and stopped trying. Jesus, it doesn't get any better than this, guys. But on Jan 16th of the next year, in 2017, she now weighs 489.2. So she just gave up. She really doesn't seem to care. She's acting like she does, but that's something that you'll become familiar with.
Okay, so she was up to what'd they say, 60 something, 470 something the year before. That's a pretty big jump from 388. I mean, that's like what, 25% of her body weight there in one gain. That's pretty major, and she was already at a point where she was already struggling with her health. It's not like, I mean, 180 pounds gain is a lot of weight to gain, no matter what weight you're at. But she was already heavy, so another 80 pounds took her from heavy but still, mobile, still possibly, getting back on the right track, to now she's well into health issue range. And they said that then she went up to 490 something, and to put on that much weight means you have to not be eating right. The 3 pieces of pizza there could not have been all she ate. We've seen what food eats to get that big. And would you like to chime in, Sarah? You have any insight on this part with Amber's eating?
I just agree with you. She's eating way more than she lets on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's doing maybe the mukbangs she does later are more realistic, but that 3 pieces of pizza, 3 pieces of pizza is a good size meal for the average person, but for someone her size, that wouldn't even maintain her weight.
No, yeah, you're right.
Does she get a wake-up call from this? Does she exercise? What do you think? We get a string of mukbangs March 7th, June 1st, September 18th, December 13th to round out the year and basically cement to her now rapidly decreasing loyal audience that she has no intention of sticking to her promises, whether her promises to herself, her loved ones, or you. Don't forget, she started this channel specifically so people could give her stuff to keep her in check, so she could get accountability for the stuff that she's doing, and clearly she doesn't want to do that anymore, yet she's still uploading content. That's kind of interesting. Well, we get our weigh-in on the 22nd of May at 508.6. Why? I thought you said you were never going to be 500 pounds. Oh, you're joining Weight Watchers now? That's kind of an MLM, but that doesn't really matter because at least you're trying. Oh, but if you're trying, why did you upload a mukbang on June 19th then? But then you are trying because on August 28th you say you lost like a pound from 532 to 531. Wait, you gained 30 fucking pounds from May? She steps on the scale in November and is 551 pounds. That's 50 away from 600. So we get 3 more mukbangs, a Subway one on November 6th, a spaghetti one from November 17th, and just 4 days later, a Burger King one on November 21st. It looks like these are picking up. Like, between November 6th and November 17th, that was at least an 11-day gap, but now it's just a 4-day gap? That's kind of strange. The frequency is alarming, and people are equally concerned because her weight gain means that she is also eating worse off-camera as well. Like, there's a common argument of, well, mukbangers can lose weight as well, but...
Mukbangs shouldn't be done by people on a weight loss journey because, that's the only things that the viewers see. That makes sense and all, but my whole thing is like, first of all, this is my life. I'm an adult. I can choose what I want to do versus what I don't want to do.
I wish we could go back a frame. There we go. I just want to comment. If you're going to do a mukbang, a big plate of cocktail shrimp like that is probably about the healthiest thing you can do, especially with the cocktail sauce there. Cocktail sauce is I want to say it's just ketchup with vinegar. There's very little additional calories in that. And because of the vinegar, you can't use too much anyway. And the shrimps themselves are just pretty much protein with a little bit of fat, a little bit of cholesterol, but not to the point that would be an issue. I mean, maybe in her case, she already has an issue with cholesterol, so I don't want to suggest what she should or shouldn't do with that. But yeah, that's actually, like, out of everything I've seen here, that's like the one thing that I would say would qualify as a healthy meal.
You know, the funny part is that the meal was healthy and everything, but this is the part where people called it shrimp gate because of what she said. It was more about her saying, like, I'm an adult, like she just said right now, I can eat whatever I want. And then she lost a lot of subs and she, came back and apologized.
Well, what was what they were giving her a hard time because they thought that...
I think she was talking about how, I'm an adult, I could eat what I want or something. What she just said right now, people didn't like it. That
okay.
They could do whatever.
So
they
it wasn't
call-
over the shrimp, it was the way she acted.
Yeah, because you said it's funny. It's like the best thing she could eat out of it, the things she usually eats, but it was really her what she said what bothered
Okay.
people.
Sarah, you had something to add?
Hey there. I
Hey,
lost
Sarah.
connection.
Okay. Did there something you wanted to add before we lost you? About the shrimp incident?
Well, I've been out for a couple of minutes, like a minute.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't hear what you guys were saying.
Well, I was just talking about how these shrimps here, and Frida mentioned that even though Amber kind of put her foot in her mouth, her hoof in her mouth, whatever, while she was eating these shrimps, the shrimps are probably the healthiest thing she could be eating. And Rally here says it. She was telling off her subs as she ate them. Okay, that was what they got upset about. But despite that, the shrimp themselves are the healthiest meal I've seen her eat. In fact, let me take us off here so you can clearly see that. Just some cocktail sauce and some shrimps. That's a healthy meal. I mean, it's a lot of shrimp, but I mean, you know, compared to the other stuff.
Yeah, I think they had a problem with like the size of it and how she was talking to them that day.
Oh, and this is a great story here from Green Eyed Lady. She says she successfully lost 85 pounds on Weight Watchers for 2 years. That's fantastic, Green Eyed Lady.
Oh, nice! Congratulations.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of programs that can work if you follow them, and Weight Watchers is one of them. The program itself is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the Weight Watchers program, but people like Amber, you know, if they don't follow it correctly, it's not going to work. It's like any weight loss program. You know, the program I used wasn't even a program so much. It was just calorie counting. But if I was lying to myself about the calories, lying to myself about what I was eating, lying to myself about my activity and all of that, it wouldn't have worked. So it's really, you know, if you work the program here, like Green Eye Lady's obviously been doing, it'll work for you. Raleigh says she could knock that off in a buffet line. All right, yeah, let's keep going here. But yeah, the shrimp itself is, ironically, it's probably one of the healthier choices.
First of all, this is my life. I'm an adult. I can choose what I want to do versus what I don't want to do.
That's because there's a balance of eating very normally, or at least very healthily off camera, while eating and maintaining a very strict way of eating on camera, when she is clearly not doing that. Then we get her starting 2019 weight on January 6th, a whopping 560, and it's heartbreaking, but unfortunately expected.
January 2019 at 560 pounds. I'm doing a front shot.
Oh damn, you must be wondering to yourself, that's a fucking roller coaster. What happened to the rest of 2019? We'll get to that.
I'm going through some stuff. I feel like the world currently right now, my world, my little world, is completely just like falling apart.
It's like, wow, maybe people don't want to see me better myself. I don't really know.
The vlog that went up today, a lot of people like really hated it, and I just want to let you guys know that I promised that I would upload for 100 days in a row, and during that time there will be days where, you know, I go through really personal things and I just don't want to vlog.
Okay.
So that was one of those
then
moments
just don't
yesterday.
do it.
So that's why the video was like really bad.
No, people were upset with you because you literally went on camera and talked about how it's okay for a 600-pound person to continuously keep doing mukbangs on their channel.
Inconsistency of the dates. See, Amberlynn Reid takes bulk recordings and uses them afterwards, like way afterwards, like maybe it will be in like the next year and she's still using them from last year. One of the recent examples is it'll be like November, like it is now, but then she'll have it used on August, and then she'll lie and say it's not from August. I understand that once in a while that's all well and good to do. A lot of people do that to schedule their videos, and I think that's a very good practice. However, the problem with this is, one, she's a vlog channel that's supposed to be up to date. Two, this is 99% of the time where her uploads will either be very, very recent and then she'll pretend that it's spaced out, or she'll just have an upload from like last year and pretend that it's very current. And it's just a straight up lie. This is also, and this is more speculation, but honestly I believe this through and through, she stopped saying the dates in her videos and she stopped being up to date because she's pissed off at how accurate the cycle is and how many people use the cycle to sort of measure what she's going to say next. So she gets pissed off at of that and just decides to scramble the dates for us so we don't know. So if I say that this video is uploaded on a specific date, then yes, it's updated for us on a specific date, but it was made some other time and I don't know what that is.
But was filmed at the beginning of June and the end of May, and then you quit weeks later. So all of this was pre-recorded. So how could people have voiced their concern?
So the first thing I want to say is that in the middle of my weigh-ins, I actually do start saying the dates because I feel like it's important that you guys know
Now it's important.
when this is being filmed. I am still majorly behind on videos, and I do apologize about that. I am.
An example of this is in one of her recent weight loss doctor stints, where on July 14th and 15th of this year, she acts like she's going to follow the weight loss doctor that she finds, but then on the 20th, she says that she doesn't want to anymore, and that the last videos were months ago, even though these were only uploaded for us days apart. That means that the July 14th and 15th one were some other month entirely, but we don't really know what they were, and it seems very accelerated to us, but we don't actually know where she is at all, what she's doing, or what she has been doing during those months that she gave up. So were they even shot in July then?
We get geared up for this one with the truth about how I lost 89 pounds. She also talks about being a Weight Watchers kid. We then follow this up with I went to a weight loss doctor, where Amber shows a few clips of her at the actual doctor's office, tells us that her earrings are heckin' heavy.
And also I have like earrings on now and stuff.
Goes grocery shopping and then comes home.
Oh,
We
Sarah
leave
had
on the
to
note
step
that
off
all
for,
is well, and we're going
for
to
a
give
little
this
bit.
a
Let me
good
pause
old
for a second.
try.
Yeah, Sarah said she had to step off for a moment. I didn't ask.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't even hear that. I don't know. Maybe she fell on by like the link or
Oh, no. In the private in the private chat, she wrote me that she had to step down for a moment.
Gotcha.
I don't know if she'll be coming back or not. We're probably not going to be on for too much longer anyway. But yeah, thank you for. I'm glad that she came on though, and didn't want to. Hopefully she's all right. But I got the impression that nothing too serious. So hopefully everything's all right with her. But yeah, we'll keep going on with the show.
Oh, okay.
The weight loss doctor of the world. Like, I love it. Like, you can tell that he has just done this for a long time. He lost weight himself. 4 years from now, he thinks I can weigh
Your house
310.
is nice and clean.
Really, a
Amber's
professional
place, I will
weight loss
say
doctor
that.
told me to do this. So, as you guys know, a couple weeks ago, I went to a weight loss doctor. It's so obvious what works for me. I just have to do it. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me. A lot of people are going to be upset with me. But I'm not following.
I think that that moment of honesty was really good. That she, kind of, but then we see her do the opposite and go back on that. But it shows that deep down inside, she must understand that, she's lying to herself. You don't gain 200 pounds from nothing. The calories have to come from somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But my problem with her is just continuously the excuses. Like, sometimes she'll start something and she's a little bit successful and you feel, you're like, yeah, she's gonna do it, and then I'm not kidding, it's like some people, in the beginning you believe it, like, yeah, she's gonna go for this with this, and then it falls off after 2 or 3 days. There's always an excuse, and then also with the weight gain, there's always an excuse why, because of this, because of that. It just kind of gets tiring after a while.
No, I totally get you on that. She's it's got to be frustrating for her loved ones as well, because I'm sure they care about her health and they care about her mobility. They want to go out, they want to have fun, they want to do things. And if she's saying to them, "Oh, I want to lose weight. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm doing all this," and then they're believing her, taking her seriously, and then they find out that she's been lying to them. That's got to hurt, because they care about her. It's not like us just watching and saying, "Oh yeah, look at her. She's just BSing." The people in her life may not be as able to see that, and they get hurt by her lies.
You know what? I do feel okay. Her family, unfortunately, her mom is not close to her. Well, at that time, what you're showing the video, I know she was in another state, and she had parents that were. I'm not sure if you know her history. They had. Can I say it on here because you're not monetized yet, right?
I'm not monetized. You can say it.
I could say that you regardless, right? Yeah, the drug addiction. Unfortunately, so
How could you use that word? Oh my goodness! Now,
but I know just because I heard you say before.
It's okay. I don't care. I'm just having a laugh.
Trying to make sure. No, I'm saying I feel sometimes she did have to fend for herself, or there's not really anybody. I do wonder that too. Does anybody really care that much? Because her mom, it wasn't that long ago. I mean, now I think it's been 6 years she's sober. Her mom, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm just saying, like, she's always been. I almost feel like alone in this, you know, because her
It's gotta be tough. It's
yeah,
gotta be tough.
because she lives alone. I mean, where she lives, her state, it's always been just, you know, she lived with Crystal, with their family. She had a fallout before that. Well, it was first, I forgot the name of the person she was with. Then it was, you know, Crystal, then Destiny, and then, you know, Becky. But it's always she's jumping from one place to the other. She doesn't mention cousins or aunts or something like that, you know, that are close.
That's unfortunate. You know, you know, I'm not going to go into detail about my family situation or anything, but I could say, though, it's nice when you have a family who cares about you, and, you know, you have that support network. It definitely will help. And even just look at her gaining the weight. You know, when you have family members who care about you and depend on you, that could be something that might cause you to take a step back and say, you know, I can't get so heavy, because you know, if I get heavy and I pass on, I have people depending on me. And Rally here just mentioned me. She says her body, saying Amber's body must have hurt. Hers did when she was 100 pounds heavier. I can believe that, Rally. I was fortunate enough that, you know, I didn't have a ton of pain, but you know, I'm sure that I was headed in that direction if I didn't do something about it. They think that they're a reality channel. I think they're a reality channel, but, you know, but like that trashy reality TV, not the. I mean, is there any other kind though? Really? All right, let's keep it going here, and I think we're just gonna run until the half-hour point. I don't want to stay on for too long. I know other people got shows to go to and everything.
No problem.
But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Let's keep it going.
My doctor's plan anymore.
Why do you take so long to update weight loss on a weight loss channel? So here's a really dark thought, and I do apologize if it does get too dark, but really this is a very serious thing that I want to get across. So that is, if her videos are really that far back, and she really does have such a backlog of videos to get through anyway, if something happened to her, like she either succumbed to her illness or unfortunately passed away, we wouldn't know this. We wouldn't know this until the videos run out, right? Because that is something that is a very, very high possibility. So we would be talking about this person like I am now, and acting like she needs to take accountability and making jokes and doing all of these things when she isn't even with us anymore. And then when we finally find out, it's way too late. I'm just, again, I really don't mean to sound like I'm trying to push a specific thing or like make light of it, but that is genuinely horrifying, and I really wanted to bring it up because when it occurred to me when I was writing down my dot points for this video, I really just sort of sat back for a minute and thought, that really could happen. And I don't think I've ever quite looked at a YouTuber like this before. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where that could be a possibility, and that's very bizarre. It's bizarre, but it's very scary as well. But pardon my digressions, you must be wondering, if you're saying some weight loss lies and old videos are enough to say why people actively hate her, surely you must be nuts, right? And yeah, I mean, if I was mentioning stuff from the past that no longer applied, then I totally get why I would be the bad guy here. People change and you should allow them to change, but not constantly waving their past mistakes in their faces. But if there wasn't some controversies to go along with it, then maybe you'd be right. But unfortunately, that's not the case, because there are some controversies and we're going to talk about them now. I know the title card for this section of the video looks like some sort of HBO comedy, but see, one of the biggest insights into ALR's bad attitude and abusive personality is the stuff that we get when her partners become ex-partners and decide to talk about it. The first one is very thematically
that's always an interesting thing to see. When people break up, you know, you always see the worst side of them when they break up. You know, you could say that people are they on their best behavior when you meet them, or are they on their worst behavior when you break up with them? Which, you know, or which of them is the real them? Or are you just getting the worst of them, you know?
Yeah.
But that's interesting. And the Green-Eyed Lady here points out that Amber's pretty cool with the giving out the Christmas gifts. She's pretty generous. I think that's good. You know, if you're going to make money off your channel, nothing wrong with sharing. Whoops, wrong one here. Nothing wrong with sharing the wealth a little bit. You know, I think that's a good thing. Travis is new to the channel. Well, you're a regular already, Travis. We know you from. I know you from the from my guest appearances, and always glad to have you here, bud. Yeah, and to everybody in the chat who's working on your weight loss goals, congratulations. Next week, I'm going to actually be doing more directly related show to weight loss. I'm going to be talking with Laura is okay, a member of the chat here who's was here earlier. She might be lurking now. And we're going to be having a talk about health and about what's worked for her with her recent weight loss. So in the future, we're going to have other people on when they've had weight loss, or even if they have just maintained their weight, or even if they haven't had success. You know, we could talk about what what they've struggled with. Maybe how we can help each other. You know, I just want to try to really chat with people and try to explore the subject, because I feel like it's something that a lot of people don't really, they don't have the success that they should, and it's because they don't. Well, I don't know why they don't, but maybe it's because they don't really address, why they haven't had the success, and just talking it out sometimes can help you do that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes, there's also a lot of issues. Like, it's not just, for instance, I'm an emotional eater, and a lot of people are emotional eaters.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes good to address those things or work on yourself, therapy even, because sometimes it's not anything to do with, it's not just like cut and dry, it's not that easy. And there's more things that are, you know how everybody sometimes has a vice, sometimes, just like there's people that are, whether they're alcoholics or gamblers or drug addicts, sometimes people, the easiest thing to reach for is food. You're sad, you have a breakup, a bad relationship, food. You're happy, food, so it's also finding that balance. And unfortunately, food, it's not like food is something you can get away from. We also need food to survive. So that's why it's always a very difficult thing to, weight loss, because food is all over. It's around us. It's not something you can't just, get away from.
No, you're absolutely right. It's, and it's if you get the weight off, then you have to maintain it. Like you said, you can't just say, oh, well, the weight's off, now I don't need to think about it again. No, you gotta still stay on it. I've had some success, and I've gained back a little weight, lost it again. You don't get to just say, oh, well, I'm good, I got this, and I'm done. When you start to get complacent, when you start to think that you got it all figured out, that's when you're gonna struggle, and that's when it's gonna come back, and that's when it's gonna happen faster than you can realize.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree with you.
You gotta always stay aware. Don't drive yourself crazy, with every single pound. But don't get complacent and think that you've got it all figured out and it's going to be easy going forward. Okay, so we're gonna watch a few more minutes, and then we're gonna take a break for the night. But let's find a little good
confrontational and could upset you. So if you're not really in the right headspace to listen to very serious abuse allegations and stuff like that, then maybe skip a bit.
You know what? Maybe this is a good place to stop it, actually, because I don't feel like hearing any serious allegations of anything like that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I haven't actually seen this part, and I'm gonna actually watch this part on my own to see how serious these allegations are and if we need to hear about them or not. So I think this is actually a perfect place to stop, isn't it?
Good to me. It's up to you, of course.
I think that's the best place there is to stop. I don't want to end on a negative note, with serious allegations and all that kind of thing. I think we had a good chat this week. It was kind of a late, I shouldn't say a last minute thing, but we had a lot of delays. Laura and I got ill for a while. Then Laura had a little bit of a delay herself. So the first episode that we had planned was delayed for a few weeks, and I wanted to put out some content. So this kind of came up as an idea. And if you folks like it, we're going to do more like this. Hopefully it'll be a little more organized in the future. But thank you for coming, everyone. Hopefully Skinny is doing all right. She had to leave a little early. Oh, Tucker, thank you for coming by. We're actually just about to head out, but we had a good time, I hope. Oh, thank you, Epista. Yeah, and everyone, if you could please click on the thumbs up and give us a subscribe if you enjoyed the show. There's going to be more where this came from. And Farida's channel as well. If you go to my About tab, you could find a link to Farida's channel and to Skinny's channel. Unfortunately, she had to go.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Farida. Well, thank you for coming here, and you're always welcome to come back, Skinny as well. And I hope that that we can do a regular thing here. Time may change, day may change, but I want to start doing regular content on this channel for you folks. I've gotten such a positive response from people when I've been guesting on Skinny's channel. I decided, why not? You know, if I can share some good information and there's people interested in hearing it, then let's do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's been fun, and thank you so much for having me on, and hopefully we do this again.
And you have your cooking show coming up this week, right?
Yes.
This Friday, right?
Yes, 6 p.m. And I don't want to say what I'm cooking just because there might be a slight change. So I will you'll see it on the title when I post the upcoming, because obviously I don't have a community tab, but it'll be on there.
Okay, great. Well, anyone who wants to check out Frida's channel, if you're not already subbed, go to my About tab, and you can also find a link to Skinny's channel and a link to my Instagram in there. But you've already seen my face now, so there's no need to bother going to my Instagram unless you want to, I don't know, unless you want to see that too. You want to stalk me on there. All right, everybody. Have a blessed evening. Thank you for coming. You've been a fantastic audience, and I can't wait to do this again. Good night.
Bye, everyone.